Hello everyone, welcome to the Node.js series. In today's video, I will explain exactly what Node.js is and why it's so popular and when you should use it. So, first let's get to know what is Node.js. So, Node.js is simply a runtime, which means it's a program that lets JavaScript runs outside the browser. Normally, JavaScript lives in the browser, you would be knowing that, to handle things like buttons, models, animations, and anything basically whatever it's on the page. But Node.js takes the same JavaScript language and lets it run on your computer as a backend server. It's nothing but like if you want to create a command line tool or a script or even a database server, you can use Node.js. Under the hood, Node uses Google's V8 engine, the same engine which is inside the Chrome, but packaged in a way that allows JavaScript to talk to your operating system, your file system, your network, and much more. That is the simple definition of Node.js. Now, a lot of beginners get confused here. So, if I write JavaScript in the browser and if I write JavaScript in Node, aren't they both the same? Well, the answer is both yes and no. The language is the same, but the environment is completely different. In the browser, JavaScript gets access to the DOM, the window object, and also the events like clicks and local storage, and you can use fetch for making the API calls. But it cannot touch your file system or your operating system or even start a server because it's trapped in a security sandbox environment. Node.js, on the other hand, gives access to your operating system, file system, and also give access to create a server. In Node, basically, you can read and write files, you can build servers, and it can handle networks and sockets, and also it can access the operating system, and it can run the scripts on server side and install thousands of packages using npm. So think of it this way, like browser JavaScript is for the UI, whereas Node.js is for everything behind the scenes. Now let us understand the event-driven architecture of Node.js. So all the traditional backend languages often use multiple threads. So if one request takes long, that thread gets blocked. Node works little bit differently, even though it is single threaded, which might sound like a limitation, but it's actually its biggest strength because it makes use of something called as event loop, which we'll get back to it on the next upcoming videos. So basically, to understand this analogy, I will give you an example. Like imagine a restaurant with only one chef, but this chef is extremely fast. When he gets a long order, something that takes 10 minutes, he doesn't stand there waiting. He puts it in the oven and tells the oven, when you are done, call me. While the oven is doing its thing, he keeps taking new orders. That's what Node.js does. It uses the event loop to handle tasks without getting stuck. This makes Node.js perfect for things like handling thousands of small requests, real-time apps, chat messages, notifications, anything that requires speed. So you might be thinking, when should you use Node.js? So basically, let me make this super clear. Node.js is amazing for APIs and backend services, real-time chat applications, live dashboards, streaming applications, microservices, and also developer tools. Basically, if your app needs to handle lot of small fast requests, Node.js is perfect. But you should also know when you should not use Node.js. So when like for example, if you are doing heavy CPU work like video processing, image compression, or usage of large AI or ML computations, Node can do them, but it's not ideal. You can prefer something like Python, Go, or Rust rather than Node.js. Now let's have a quick summary of this video. So first thing is, like as we said, Node.js lets JavaScript run outside the browser. It uses a fast non-blocking event loop for making all the executions. It's perfect for scalable real-time applications. So this is what we have explained in the video. And in the next episode, we will install Node.js, explore npm, and understand package.json basically, and all the other stuff like every Node.js developer must know. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.